Pepe price prediction. What is going on? My name is Sir Lewis, and today I'm going to give you guys my honest Pepe price prediction. We're going to dive deep into this. It's not a 3-minute, 5-minute video. We're going to dive deep, and I'm going to show you multiple angles here based on my chart analysis on where I see Pepe topping out, because I do hold Pepe myself, so I'm interested in this. And if you hold a lot of Pepe, you definitely want to watch till the end, because I'm going to give you my targets, my exact targets based on Fibonacci and these other angles here on where I see Pepe, the best times to basically sell Pepe. All right. So looking at right here, and by the way, if you guys like my style, charting and everything, you can check out my course, the 8 signals course, to help you sell the top of this bull market. I'll put it in the pinned comment below. But right off the bat, why I'm so bullish on Pepe is because this is his first bull market. It wasn't here in 2021. Okay. And it came out of nowhere during the bear market. And since then, as you can see, it's been in this ascending channel. As you can see right here, based on my trading cheat sheet, which you'll get with my course. It's been in this ascending channel. And so we can even retest these lows right here one more time. I don't think we'll go that low here where we'll touch this uptrend that we've been in here. But once we break this uptrend, which we will eventually, that would just confirm with you that the top is in. Okay, but once we break this and we retest it as resistance, I'm pretty sure the top will be in. But I believe we're going to go much higher until we break that. Okay, and I just wanted to share this right here too on the weekly. This is the 8MA, which is in blue. We're about to cross the 25 and 50. Okay, once we, I mean, you can see we're pulling back, but once we cross that, that's a signal that Pepe is really going to start to move. And we're going to look something like this. When we're at the top for the market for Pepe, the 8, which is the blue, is going to be higher than the 25. The 25 is going to be higher than the 50. That's the time to sell. Not right now with the 8 on the weekly down here below the 25 and 50. And even the 25, around there. So this is on the weekly, but when we're up here, we're going to be much higher. We're going to look something like this, but much exaggerated. Okay. So I just want to share that. I want to share here one of my indicators that I coded myself, which you guys can have access to in my WAP membership. But here you can see in the past, Pepe, it topped out 3 times here in the red zone. And I made a red for a reason, because this is the time you should be getting out. This is the time you should be selling when everyone is euphoric. And I do believe that the top will be in here. And this is on the weekly, by the way, right? Once we make contact with the red zone, and I mean, we can be in the middle of the red zone, we could be above it. But I do believe once we get up here somewhere, obviously the red zone is going to move up as we move up. But once we're in that red zone, that's going to be the top of the market for Pepe, in my opinion. All right. So just showing you guys this, which is super important. This is the Gaussian channel, which is a free indicator. And you can see why we're even having a pullback right now for Pepe, because we're getting resistance off the top of that Gaussian channel here on the weekly. And I do believe, we're going to be choppy here until we're eventually going to break this. We can even test it as support. And then after we test it as support, after we make that first contact, we're going to skyrocket. Okay. Now, once we make the second contact, in my opinion, with the Gaussian channel, I believe the top will be in. I don't think we're going to get a bounce off the second contact. The first contact, yeah, because we're confirming support. Okay. The second contact, once we're, I believe the top will be in. I believe we'll make the second contact. We won't hold the support. We'll break it. And then, basically the top will be in for Pepe. So and this is on the weekly, called the Gaussian channel, which is a free indicator. All right. So now let's take a look here at some of my targets here for Pepe here based on Fibonacci. And before that, I want to show you guys something very interesting here. The Pepe BTC chart. People will give you price predictions and just show you the Pepe chart. I go deeper because the Bitcoin pairs is super important and you guys should take it seriously. This is the Pepe BTC chart, and basically it's just Pepe versus Bitcoin. Obviously, we've been coming down because Bitcoin has been outperforming Pepe. But once Pepe really starts to move, this chart is going to start to skyrocket. And, ultimately is going to mean that you want to sell at these levels, okay, above these levels. Here, we're probably going to get a resistance here because there's just a lot of resistance there. And that could be a local top, but I do believe we'll break it and go higher. But this will be a great time to sell Pepe if you're trading this. Okay, but ultimately, the Bitcoin BTC chart is very important because it just shows you, once we really start to come all the way up here, that's going to be a signal that the Pepe top is possibly in, as well as the Bitcoin dominance chart, which is another important chart, because here we can see 2021 all-time highs was right here when Bitcoin dominance was just dropping, and then the second top was right here. But just the same thing. I mean, once Bitcoin dominance peaks and we have this huge drop and possibly even come down to these levels, you want to be selling Pepe, because I'm pretty sure Pepe's Bitcoin chart is going to be up here. I'm pretty sure Pepe is going to be going all the way up here doing some crazy X's. When all of these like confluence just, you know, show you that it's hitting, right? You want to be selling during those times. Okay, so let's do Fibonacci here on Pepe, and I'll show you guys my exact targets here on Pepe. We can see right here. Let's do it. And by the way, you learn my exact Fibonacci strategy in my course. I show you my settings, and I'll show you in a 30-minute module how to use my Fibonacci strategy. But yeah, I mean, here we can see, you know, before we even look at these targets, this is marketcapout.com. It's a free website, and ultimately it just shows you Pepe. It doesn't show here, but this is Pepe, right? Pepe, where would it be at if it were to reach Dogecoin's price right now? It will be a 5x. Now, Dogecoin's all-time high, 17x. I don't think it'll get that high. I don't think Pepe will do a 17x, but just it shows you, you know, this perspective. Now, Shiba, which in my opinion is much more attainable, right? I even said I wouldn't be surprised if Pepe surpasses Shiba in market cap this bull market. If it were to just reach Shiba right now, it's a 1.53x. Not a big deal. Now, Shiba's all-time high is about an 8x, which is honestly where I believe Pepe might go to, 8 to 10x. Okay, so this is a great website. It shows you here based on Shiba's all-time high and, you know, these other coins that you can test out. And just remember those prices right here, because it's gonna align with my, you know, Fibonacci price targets as well as with this uptrend here. You can see this uptrend that Pepe's been in here since it's came out. You know, based on my Fibonacci target, the most conservative target here is that negative 0.27. Pepe is around 4081, right? I just showed you here Shiba's all-time high would be 4097. But this is my conservative target for Pepe reaching its all-time high. Now, my opinion is I believe Pepe will top out anywhere in this zone right here. Okay, so the bullish scenario is 3 zeros 12. Now, 4 zeros 97, which I showed you here for Shiba, was literally right here in the middle. Right here in the middle of this Fibonacci zone that I have here for you guys. Which is crazy because it kind of aligns with this uptrend as well. So we have, you know, the uptrend, you know, in this zone right here, which I believe the probability of Pepe topping out is somewhere in this zone, as well as Shiba's all-time high, which from right now would be like an 8 to 10x. Okay, so I'm getting a lot of signals right here that this most likely will be somewhere where Pepe tops out. Now, I'm going to give you the most crazy bullish scenario. Let's say let's say we have a super cycle. Pepe really does some numbers. The 618 brings us to 00031. I absolutely don't think Pepe is going to go higher than that if we have a super cycle, or, you know, if we got a Pepe ETF or something crazy, you know what I mean? 00031 here at the 618. I think that's, you know, maybe what you can do is you can get out 90% right here and then hold 10% just in case we really go higher. But that's the highest I see Pepe going. But ultimately, somewhere in here, right, from 4 zeros 81 to 3 zeros 12, right, it could be 3 zeros 10. Anywhere here is where the top is, and we can see the confluence here with the you know, the uptrend. And of course, you guys want to use my indicator as well, the sniper signal. If we're touching the red zone right here, obviously that's going to be another signal right there. And this is why I created my course, the 8 signals to sell the top, because these 8 signals are going to help you. Fibonacci, you know, as a spoiler, is one of the signals that I dive deep into it. But this is my Pepe price prediction. If you guys like it, definitely follow me, guys. I'm gonna bring you more price predictions. Comment below the next coin you guys want me to do a price prediction on. But these are deep dives. This is not just a 3-minute video. I wanted to give you guys here a deep dive here, because this is a realistic price prediction. It could be an 8 to 10x from here. So if you see people out there saying, oh, 20x for Pepe, it's not realistic. Okay, this is realistic. this is where Pepe can come up to, which is around Shiba's all-time highs from last bull market at 8 to 10x. Okay, so definitely like, follow, check out my course and my membership. But thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.